Apparently, allegedly, when Maggie came into the picture, because Mike knew the truth about everything with that relationship, because Mike knew the truth, he wasn't in support of it. In fact, he's wanted to leave on many occasions. He has wanted to leave on many occasions. Many occasions. Especially in 2016, 2017, 2018. He didn't leave, he stayed for some reason. He stayed because of love, even though he didn't like the way things went down with the marriage situation. Now, Mike was promised things. He was promised, allegedly promised some promotion. When things start going good, he'll be taken care of. Obviously, that probably didn't pan out. As he thought it was going to pan out. Yeah, he wasn't messing with their marriage. Because, Lovey was still married to his ex-wife while dealing with Maggie. I believe that his wife, allegedly, was even taking more of a stand. Because she also didn't believe in the things that she was seeing and were going on. But they still stay loyal because that was their friend. As we all have. That was our friend. Allegedly, Mike was promised the mantle. He was promised the mantle. Which never happened. Like you can see. I told you guys, I gave you guys a challenge. I said, point me one person that has been raised from revelation that can prophesy to Lovey publicly and Lovey will receive the prophecy. 0. Nobody. It don't work like that there. Okay. Mike constantly was getting overstepped. When certain things will happen, yes, they won't bring him too involved in certain things. I remember when they were working on the Revelation album, I remember that at some point, I dealt with Revelation album. And I remember asking Lovey for a budget for them so we can push them. And Lovey said to me, he said, if we push them, then they'll leave the church. And it didn't make any sense to me because the kind of person I am, push people, they'll come back, they'll still bring people to you. If you look at our church albums, I push each and everybody. You can see their names on the songs. I've done it like that. I bring people into sessions. I believe that if you push one person, they have the ability of carrying that purpose and even letting more people, raising more awareness. You don't lose by pushing people. I kept it to myself. I kept quiet. I had a conversation with Mike. Mike was telling me about how, the music wasn't being pushed. I couldn't tell Mike that I know why the music was not being pushed. Couldn't tell him. Couldn't tell him, yo. I was like, man, I don't know what to say. I just had to just say, just keep quiet. Act like I don't know nothing. Even somebody like Benny that just came a few years ago, she was given authority over Mike, position over Mike. Mike allegedly brought it up to Lovey, and Lovey never backed Mike. That he had been with him for so long, and all of a sudden, this woman, who is not even related to you, like you claim, comes out, and now you've given her position over those that you promised will stay that long. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you. Now, Mike usually will be referred to, as you guys all know, if you were in Revelation, it was called the firstborn of prophecy. A name that Mike would not even know that I was the one that pushed it for him to be called that name. Because I made a joke with Lovie about the firstborns of prophecy, that we used to watch some guy from Africa. Said, this is the firstborn of prophecy. I asked him, this guy should be, this is your closest guy now. This is your firstborn of prophecy. Yeah, that's my firstborn of prophecy. So he started calling Mike the firstborn of prophecy. a little something, something. Lovey would help Mike here and there, throw him some crumbs, just enough to keep him satisfied. Just enough to keep him satisfied. He began to feel like he didn't matter anymore. Now, there are two things that may happen after this live stream. Three things. Mike may continue to remain silent, but the question is, Mike, why are you silent when you know the truth? The second thing is, he may run back to Lovey. He may run back to the hell that God just delivered you from. Somehow, somewhere, you out anyway. And he may partner with Lovey, because I may become Mike's enemy after today. Which, Mike, you know you're Lovey's enemy. We're not going to talk about it to protect the person that told you. He's your enemy. And I'm not going to say allegedly to that, because you got that message, or that message was sent between family members, and I'm going to leave it at that. And the question is, why are you Lovey's enemy if he is your friend? Like all of us that have left, we ask the same questions and we think the same thing. We were your friends. To us, you are a friend. Why do you look at us as your enemy? Because in front of everybody, he has this image and picture, and I'm so meek, I'm so kind, I'm so, but we know behind the closet is a Tinkerbell. Now, a lawsuit was put out, and in the lawsuit, what we said, or some of the things that we said, were mentioned in the lawsuits. Some that we didn't say were mentioned in the lawsuits. But here's an interesting point. Mike brought up the Trinity accusation to Lovie, because Mike found out from Isaac Gomez is a worship leader at Revelation Church. He plays the guitar. Isaac, protect the kids. You have a child. You have a child now. And Trinity came to you, allegedly, and told you what happened between her and Passion. Maybe she didn't come to you. You found out. Forgive the way I put it out. And told you about how Passion slept with her, being underage, around the ages of 16 and 17, while he was around the ages of 37 and 38. And she got pregnant, and she got an abortion, and she talked about how she was being paid to stay quiet, and how he would buy her things. And you're serving in the church of a man, Lovie, that knows about this allegedly and is choosing to cover up allegedly for Passion by including that in the lawsuits. And Isaac went to Mike, and Mike, Isaac went to you, and he told you everything, and you confronted Lovie. Bang! You confronted Lovie. Mike confronted Lovie. Mike confronted Lovie. Mike confronted Lovie. And Mike said to Lovie, I heard this about Trinity in Passion. Is it true? And Lovie confirmed that it was true. And Lovie confirmed that it was true. So Mike, you know the truth. You have studied the ministry after you've left Revelation. When I say you've studied the ministry, you got your Instagram announcement page where you're blasting announcements. Then you got your Instagram page where you're now posting teachings and things of that sort. And I know you asked to speak to me. And I've also said, hey, I'll talk to you. I'm not just coming out here to talk about this. You know that. And I know that you have questioned my intentions and my motives. But look at the fruit and read the room. Let's just say you didn't agree with me. But there are 10 other people, 11 other people who are listed in that lawsuit. And you know the truth. So you would rather that people get convicted, get charged for something that you know that they're not guilty of, but you're supposed to be a minister of the gospel. Why are you silent? And when it was brought to your attention, you said, and I claim, we told the higher-ups. Who are the higher-ups? Give us a case number. Give us a case number. Mike, I see people saying Mike is in the comments. I don't know if that's the real Mike. I don't know if that's not the real Mike. Mike, if that's you in the comments, did you have a conversation with Lovie about Trinity? Yes or no? That's what we want to know. Because you've been silent throughout these things, and innocent people are being sued for speaking the truth. So we're trying to know today. We want to know. We want to know. If that's really you in the comments, we want to know. Do you know about Trinity or not? Did you confront Lovey about Trinity or not? About his relationship, the relationship she has with Passion and Trinity getting pregnant? And what was Lovey's response? Because Lovey came out and said, I don't know if that's the real mic. Because Lovey came out and said, she's going to sue you for lying on her name. She's going to sue you for speaking about her. He gaslit the entire public. You gaslit everybody. You made everybody feel crazy. Why will you make everybody feel crazy? And of course, it'll make sense. Listen to this. If Lovey doesn't know, if he knows about the issue with Passion and has brought her mother closer, it may just be to just protect her. Protect him. Passion being him. Because Lovey still acknowledges Passion as his spiritual father. You heard in the recording that was played to you, where he says, some people think my spiritual father is a wizard. Whole time the girl was already raped. Whole time she already got pregnant. Whole time she already got aborted the baby. The whole time Lovey knew about it. Allegedly. Allegedly. Please block this person called Prince, Kinney, whatever. Just block the person. And Mike, from what we know, from what we see online, there is almost a perception that your wife would like to speak the truth or would like for you to come out and speak up. Again, I don't know that. I'm making an assumption and I could be wrong. I'm making this assumption because I have a wife that is a solid support system. Solid support system. I have a family that's a solid support system. They could have thrown me away. They had all the reasons to. But look what they did. They've stood for me in prayer.